Resume or CV, curriculum vitae. What does it mean and what all it includes and how many types of resume are there? Let's just find out. First of all, what is a resume or CV? Resume is an official or a professional document which includes your details regarding your profession and your education. Nothing personal there, but only your professional side of your life is in the written format in a systematic, orderly manner. A resume is an extremely important document because when you are applying for some employment or you want promotion or you are applying to any university or college, you have to send them your details. Now you can't send your certificates and your job contract letters, वो तो आप भेज नहीं सकते हो. तो क्या भेजते हो आप? अपना रेज्यूमे जिसको बोलते हैं, जिसमें कि आपकी प्रोफेशनल और एजुकेशनल क्वालिफिकेशंस लिस्टेड डाउन होती हैं. Besides these two, there are your skills and achievements and abilities भी उसमें add की जाती. Why is it resume so important? Now, okay, it's a piece of paper जिसके ऊपर you have written down your professional and educational history. But what makes it so important? It is the first contact you have with your prospective employer. Because वो आपको देख नहीं सकता है, आपको ये personality judge नहीं कर सकता, आपकी skill से judge नहीं कर सकता है. Just is reading what kind of person or what kind of profile do you hold so far. Agar resume is not impressive, you will not be even shortlisted for an interview, right? So it is the first impression actually you are making on your prospective employer or prospective university, okay, faculty. Now, what all should a resume have? First of all, the first thing a resume should have is your contact details. That means how to get in touch with you, where you live, that's your address. Your name comes on top, your address, your telephone number, where can you be reached, your email number, and then followed by any professional social networking ID if you have, like in LinkedIn or Zepfly, sorry. So all these are professional networking sites where you put in your profile. Somebody can go to your profile and check what all work history is there, what your achievements are. If you do not have a LinkedIn account so far, please ensure you do have it, because a lot of people get employment through LinkedIn. Then comes, after your contact details, comes your either your educational qualification or your professional work experience history, where you did your masters from, where you did your graduation from, where you did your schooling from, how much did you score in class 12th, in class 10th, and in any other courses you pursued. Or then it has your professional work experience. Have you ever worked before? If you've not worked, you're a freshman, then any voluntary work you have done for various services, any projects you undertook at school level or at college level, all this is stated down in a resume. Then any special skills you have, you can have two types of skills, technical and behavioral, or what we call soft skills and hard skills. So technical skills are the skills which are concrete skills which you need for the job, and soft skills are skills which are what we call behavioral or people skills, right? So you list down those two skills in a resume. Then comes your achievements. What have you achieved so far? Maybe a lot of certificates, maybe you did some job and you saved money for the company, or you did some kind of a project at school level and you ended up helping the society, giving back to the society. You won some kind of award, rewards. All this comes under your achievement. This is all that is entailed in resume. Let's look at the types of resume. There are three major types of resume: chronological, functional, and combination. So let's take chronological resume. As the name suggests, chronological hota hai in order of time or age. So in chronological type of resume, the education qualification and your professional work experience is listed in the chronological order, the latest coming on top, followed by the past and the past and the past. Okay. So for example, 2018 will come on the top if you have an experience or you've done some kind of course, and then followed by 2017 if you've done something, or 2014, then followed by 2010. Okay, this is how chronological resume has the order. It is the most common type of resume, and most HR personnel prefer chronological type of resume. It mostly highlights or lays stress or emphasis on your professional work skills, abilities, achievements in a professional setup. Now let's take a look at the difference between chronological resume for a student and for a professional. Now take a look at this chart. Chronological resume for students. So you have your name and contact details. This comes in the center. I'll just show you an example as well. So let's just go through this. Name and contact details, then objective summary. That means the summary of why you are writing this resume. So we'll just see how. Then your academic qualifications and achievements. Since you do not have work experience as a student, so you will list down your academic qualifications and all your achievements. Curricular achievements, then training programs attended or completed, your strengths, that means what you are good at doing. Probably you are a people's person, you have good leadership skills, you can motivate people, you have great organizational skills, you are dedicated. All this comes under your strengths. Then your interest, hobbies or skills, which is optional. If you have good hobbies and interests, you must note down. For example, you have interest in horse riding, or you are good at playing a guitar, or your hobbies include you love exercising, all that will be listed here. Why do you need hobbies and interests and skills? To show that you are much more a well-rounded personality just than your technical skills. That's all you have, and you have life beyond work, life beyond studies. So that is why a person who lists down hobbies and skills gets a little extra weightage. Then your personal details. This we'll see what it includes: your birth date, what is your marital status, all those things. Now, chronological resume for job applicants, people who have already are working or who have worked before. So again, it is first name and contact details. All resumes have your name and contact details. That all resumes, whether it's functional, chronological or combination, it begins with your name and contact details, because it shows that yes, this resume belongs to this person. Then your objective summary, same as for the students. Then career summary. Instead of your education experience, you write your career summary. Then your professional experience. How is it written? Company, job title, what job title you were holding, what company was it, and your responsibilities or achievements. If you had some kind of grave responsibilities, like really lot of responsibilities, whatever. If you don't have achievements, you list down all the responsibilities, which means kya aap wahan pe kaam karte the, what all your job profile included. Then of course next company, same thing. Then followed by your education details. In all resumes, you do have to give your education details, that what qualification do you hold and on what basis you are applying for this job. Then hobbies, interests and skills, optional again, but it's always good to mention, I told you before, and your personal. So what is the major difference here? In a job applicant's resume, chronological resume, you add your professional experience and your career summary. Okay, now let's take a look at an example. So this resume is for Jessica Simpson. As you can see, the name Jessica Simpson and then followed by the address. If you notice, the name and the contact details are right in the center of the page. That is how you are supposed to. So you write all that, then you're followed by your phone number, your email, and your LinkedIn profile in case you have. If you don't have, then you can check it out. Right? Then comes objective. Why have you mailed or sent this resume? So write. Each job might have a different objective, or you might have a common resume to send to all jobs that will include your summary. So let's see what the objective here is. Obtain a position as junior accountant to expand my experience in accounting field. That is the objective of this resume. Then your summary. Summary details all your experiences or some kind of special skill set or ability you have. Able to perform accounting procedures, prepare and maintain accurate records, have extensive knowledge of accounting, bookkeeping and budget processing. I have excellent tabulation skills, good communication and presentation skills, can multitask. So the summary includes the gist of what is good or strengths of this person, Jessica Simpson. Then followed by the work experience. So this is for a job application. So objective, career summary, then your work experience. The work experience, if you notice how she has mentioned her time at this particular company. So 2012 to present. So aaj tak bhi, this to present, if you write, that means the person is still working in that company. So at what capacity? So this is your title, followed by the address of the company address, right? Then what responsibilities this particular person had. So she is listed on the responsibility, manage customer interaction. So as I told you, it will entail जो भी आप काम करते थे इस position. So you must list down in a good professional, using professional language. Manage customer interaction, create and update database in Excel spreadsheets, evaluate account statements for clients, organize customer payments, prepare documents and reports, prepare monthly invoices for vendors and billing. Okay. Now this is one job. Before 2012, देखें क्या करती थी Jessica? 2010 to 2012, she was an accounting clerk. Where was she? KPMG, New Delhi. Why you need to mention all this? So this gives you weightage. If you worked with good companies, it looks really good on your CV or resume. Then comes your responsibilities. Managed financial transaction, composed financial planning for short and long period, assisted accountant to make monthly report, assisted senior accountant in developing financial strategies, maintain financial plans and documents. So what all she did, she has listed it down. Followed by, since work experience is done, this is followed by your education. So what all she has done, in 2010, she finished her bachelor's degree in commerce. So there is no gap. If you notice, there is no gap in her finishing her education and taking up a job. Then before that, 2007, she cleared her 12th, and 2005, she cleared her 10th. Then followed by her skills, what all skills she has. So it's always better to list all the professional skills you have. For example, she's given Microsoft package, she knows all this. So she might remember whatever you put in the CV, you should be able to substantiate it. It should be all credible information. ये नहीं कि आप अपने मन से ही लिखते जाओ मैंने ये कोर्स किया है, मैंने ये किया है, I finished this. because at the time of the interview or when you are joining, you will be asked to produce evidence, either certificates, either some degree, documentation, या फिर आपके previous employer से reference letters, which are very very important. Okay, so you require all that, so you cannot lie in CV. Remember that. So if you've done it, you have some kind of proof that you've done it, you must put it on your CV. Then accounting software she's done and other whatever related to the job she's done. Then comes followed by her personal details. So remember, chronological resume ke andar we write personal details. We give personal details. So your date of birth, your marital status, languages, no. It is always good to know multiple languages. So Hindi, English, and one more, could be Marathi, could be Punjabi, could be Uriya, could be Tamil. So all that you have to mention. Could be French, could be German, whatever. If you don't know, if you don't know, then of course whatever language you are comfortable in, Hindi and English. Then you always have to give a declaration that whatever information is given in this is true. Okay, so you write that, then you write the date here, the place where you have made this declaration, and your name here, your signature. Okay, comes here. And this is how chronological resume is made.